Hello, movie buffs and ladies and gentlemen of all stripes. This is episode 1 of the De Facto Film Review show, the podcast, as you will. And we are co-host Andrew Walker and
Robert Joseph Butler here.
Robert Joseph Butler.
Yes.
Got to get all three names in.
Yes. Filmmaker, film critic of De Facto Film Reviews, going 10 years strong.
Yeah.
Now we decided to launch our own podcast that we'd like to do every month.
We're finally doing it, buddy.
Yes. We'll talk about all the recent cinema trends. We'll talk about retrospectives and many other things. There'll never be a dull topic on De Facto Film Reviews.
Never. Yes. Robert and I had been talking about starting this for a little while now. We finally have a little bit of free time on our calendar. So we were at the Orion Neighborhood Television studio, Lake Orion. And we're going to talk about two different things tonight. Our favorite films of 2025 and the upcoming Oscars, which I believe is the first or second Sunday of March, right?
I think it might be the 3rd, March 15th. Second or third, depending on
second or third, depending on
when it falls. So it'd be the 3rd, right? If the first is
depending
Sunday,
on what zip code you live in.
Yeah, 8th. It would be the second. So yeah, 3rd one.
All right,
a little later than normal.
I remember being
last year was like late February.
Yeah, I remember
early March. Maybe
I remember being in February at sometimes in the past. But Robert, tell us a little bit about the last. You said you've been doing this for 10 years. De Facto Film Reviews. On the internet. Tell us why you wanted to start doing a podcast.
Well, I've been a guest on the Hollywood blockbusters with you and Joe, and I came on your other one. It was came from a discount bin that you do with you and your sister Alexa here and Mickey. It was a very joyful show, and I've been on other podcasts as a guest. So I'm like, you know what? Now's the time.
Now's the time to do it how you want to do it.
How I want to do it. The topics we could talk about. We could talk about the indies and
yes,
all the stuff that we love. And because a lot of people don't watch the films at the same time I do. They eventually might watch them 5-10 years from now.
Yeah.
You never know when. But at least with De Facto Film Reviews, we keep on top of all the big indies throughout the year and the big blockbusters as well, the big movies and stuff. We don't get to watch everything. We become more and more selective. Even when you have offerings of seeing screeners and screenings, you do get selective because time's of an essence, time's a currency.
There's only 24 hours in a day, and we're sleeping for 6 to 8 of them, or 4 of them if you're me.
Right. I try to at least watch 120 to 130 movies a year, new ones, just new ones.
One every 3 days.
Yeah,
on average.
It averages about like twice a week, two films a week.
Yep.
I usually take a break in January, do like a couple, but I start.
January's slow.
Yeah, it's slower.
Usually nothing good coming out. And
except for Sam Raimi and 28 years later.
I
did see those.
Why didn't you wait till May or June, fellas? Come on.
Yes.
All right, Rob. Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about our favorite films of 2025. Now, you and I have talked about this a lot the last couple months. 2 months ago being the end of the year. And I know a lot of these great films got their official releases in the last couple of months of the year, as is usual for good movies. How did you want to do this? Did you want to count down from your number 10 and we can count down that way? Or
Yeah, we could do descending to ascending. We could maybe start out with some of our runners-up, close but no cigars, briefly, if you'd like, Andrew. And I guess I'll start off with my runners-up. One movie that people are going to probably get irritable with me because it didn't make my top 10, but I still love the movie. It is Sinners. Sinners make my runners-up. It was so close to making my top 10. It's a great movie. Maybe like 11th, 12th place, I would say, but Sinners is just an outstanding film. It's almost like you get 2 movies in one. It starts off as kind of like a Southern Gothic thriller action movie, and then it becomes a horror movie in the second half. Very structured, very much like Tarantino's From Dusk Till Dawn, Robert Rodriguez directed.
And also, although not the same genre, but also that first and second halves of Full Metal Jacket. Two very different movies. Sinners is on my runner-up as number 13. So,
nice.
Yeah. It currently holds the record for the most nominations. Now, do I think would I think that movie, would I have guessed that movie would have gotten the most nominations of all time for almost 100 years now that the Oscars have been about? No. probably it should be nominated for a good 10 or 11 of them.
Sure,
but it's what, 16 or so?
Yeah, a lot of technical awards. I mean, the cinematography is glorious.
Yes, it is. It is really good.
Production design, costumes,
the music scored by Ludwig Göransson, who did The Mandalorian and tons of other stuff now. He's the new
John Williams, maybe?
No, this guy's still doing stuff. Blade Runner 2049.
Oh.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer, yes. Hans Zimmer, yes.
This dude, I think he's my age. I think he's like right around 40, Ludwig Göransson. So I'm like...
He's a talented guy.
He's done so many great things already. You can't see what he does in the next 10 years, you know?
Yeah.
What else you got on your list for runners-up?
Well, one movie I made runners-up that I absolutely loved, The Smashing Machine. Did not get enough love. I mean, at least they got an Oscar nomination for Best Makeup.
That's right.
With that nose and the face.
Yeah, the Rock looks quite different.
Yeah, and I think he should have been nominated. It's a powerful performance. And I get a lot of flack from people saying they don't find the character interesting. I find that odd because I find him very fascinating character. He's very complex. I think they go into that movie wanting your typical routine sports movie, and it's not about that. It's about really the trials and tribulations of sports. There's no clear winner. It's not about winning. It's about surviving the sport of cage fighting.
Yep.
And it's a really nuanced performance as well, and it's directed so well by Benny Safdie, Josh Safdie's brother, who did Murdy Supreme.
Yep. Both brothers have sports biopics this year.
Biopics, yeah.
Yep.
Very unconventional.
I have
movies.
I have not seen Smashing Machine yet, but I probably will sometime this year.
Yes, it's on HBO Max now, so definitely seek that film out. Very, very emotionally raw, and Emily Blunt's great in it too. There's the dynamics between The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and the relationship with her are quite strong. There's a really powerful moment in the movie where they go to a carnival and they're watching a demolition car. The car's getting smashed up, and it's really affecting scene because you could see his character, Mark Kerr, the real UFC fighter, relating to that because he identifies himself in that very particular moment. So it's really strong, emotionally moving moment in the movie.
Cool. I'll throw one out there for my honorable mentions. Wake Up Dead Man, the Knives Out number 3. I really liked it.
Me too.
Honestly, all 3 of those movies I think are pretty much equally as good.
Yeah.
Great ensemble cast. A great mystery. Like Rian Johnson is one of the best mystery writers. Even the way he did The Last Jedi, I thought that there was some really good stuff that you had completely unexpected things happening in that movie.
Sure.
More so than, in my opinion, any other Star Wars movie. Of course, he did Looper, which one of my favorite sci-fi movies of the last 15 years or whatever.
Brick's a good one too.
I still need to see Brick. Yeah. What'd you think of Wake Up Dead Man? It had our girl Kaylee Spaney.
Yeah, Spaney's awesome. Outstanding cast. I really liked it as well.
Josh O'Connor.
Oh, that performance is outstanding.
We've talked off camera, but that dude, he's gonna blow up now, I think.
He is, and just the whole ensemble cast and the twists and turns that it takes. I did not see where the twist was coming. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I saw it was coming." I don't believe them. Josh Brolin, very menacing in the film too.
Yeah.
But no, it's very, very well made. It's actually my favorite Knives Out film out of the 3.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think it's the most memorable one out of all the 3. I think it's the best directed one as well.
Another movie, my honorable mentions that you recommended to me because you know me well. You know I like these type of movies. The Baltimoreans.
Yes.
Movie takes place in one night. Improv and sketch comedian who's been kind of outcast because he made a mistake. Gets in a bad situation with his car and finds a woman, and they just kind of, almost like a Woody Allen movie, they just kind of like walk around and talk and see where the night takes them.
Yeah.
Thank you for the recommendation.
Welcome.
It was really good.
It takes place on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's right.
I actually watched that on Christmas Eve. So I was trying to watch all these movies before my top 10 list, and that was on the IFC app that we were given for our year-end consideration. I'm like, I'm popping this in, and it's outstanding. It's an excellent film. It really is. A film with a lot of great wit and charm and a lot of great character depth in it too, huh, Andrew?
Yeah.
And there's an age gap in it. The guy's like 30 and she's like in her 40s. This goes to show who cares about this dumb age gap stuff as long as it's not too creepy, you know?
Right. What else you got for honorable mentions?
Well, I have this film. Loved it. I saw it at the New York Film Festival. I actually got off the plane, went right to the festival, took my suitcase in the festival. I'm glad I did. And they were there. It was I had legs, I'd kick you. Directed by Mary Bronstein. It stars Rose Byrne, who was nominated for an actress in it. Actress, and I got Conan O'Brien in it as well, and Christian Slater in it in a very small role, mostly off-screen role, but just a really, really great movie about, and anxiety-inducing too, about a woman just going through a nervous breakdown. Nothing's going right. Her husband's in the Navy Reserves. He's out on the ship sailing. She has a daughter who's got an illness. And in the beginning of the movie, there's a leak she hears, and then there's a big water just coming through a hole. And she has to really relocate while her husband's gone to a hotel and live in a hotel while her daughter is hooked up to a machine while she's trying to get her the treatment. Nothing goes right. She's a psychiatrist in the film too. She actually does therapy with freshly mothers that just had fresh newborns, and she has to go through their crisis while she's going through her own crisis. So, like Ronald Bronstein's films that he writes with the Softies, very similar. It's like a female version of Uncut Gems, if you will.
Oh, okay.
It's on HBO Max too. Highly recommend. I'm very happy to see Rose Byrne was nominated for that.
Yeah,
a very wrenching performance.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
Any other honorable mentions before we get to our top tens?
Oh yeah, I mean I could go through a lot more, but if I had to wrap another really strong runners up, it's Eddington, which will probably make your list. We could talk more about, but no, on HBO Max as well. I just really like the political satire in that movie, and sometimes satires can be hit or miss for me, but man, this one he hit it, and I think this is Ari Aster's best crafted film. I think it's his finest directed movie, and it has a lot of ideas that ring true. What's the irony of this movie is it feels like a satire, but is it really? Because if you look at 2020, we were acting just like that.
Yes.
I mean, it might be a little more hyper real, but it was very, very similar. We're in the times that we're in, these hyperbolic times that we're in. We're almost like a walking satire of ourselves, aren't we?
That's right. Oh, excuse me. Eddington was my number 2. I love Ari Aster. His first 2 movies were, in my opinion, horror masterpieces. I know everyone loves Hereditary. I know Midsommar was a little more divisive, but there's something about that movie that just got a hold of me in a very slow and calm way, because the movie's beautifully shot. It takes place almost all during the day, but there's something below the surface the whole time. And then in the third act, things start happening. We'll just put it that way. And of course, Beau is Afraid is just one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, you don't know what's real and like what's in his head.
Right.
But Eddington was a mature step forward for him, I thought. Like you said, it might be his best made movie on a technical level. It's more mature. There's not really any like super weird moments like the reveal at the end of Beau is Afraid.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Who his father is.
Yeah, this more surreal film.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't wait to see what he does next.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Any other honorable mentions?
28 years later, I think it's a very strong movie. We could add that in there too.
Yeah, it's on my list.
I really like Bone Temple, which is out right now too. But for Danny Boyle to make a comeback after not directing that film for 20 plus years is quite telling. But that film though, just so ominous, and the world building in that movie, just like if you thought 28 Days Later was quite immersive and bleak.
Yes.
Takes it to a whole new level, as we saw in 28 Years Later.
Yep.
And Ray Fiennes is great in that film, too. And he's even stronger in Bone Temple. And then we got that bizarre Jack O'Connor, he had quite a year with Sinners. And then 28 years later, now he's in Bone Temple. At first, you don't know what to think of this character, this squad, but it's revealed stronger in Bone Temple.
I just found out today that it's already been pulled from theaters. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's so disheartening.
But I liked 28 Years Later. It didn't really, and I know other people have said this, but I don't think it really lived up to the expectations. But that's the thing. A well-loved horror movie from 20-something years ago gets a sequel final. Well, there's the 28 Weeks Later, which
sure.
It was okay. But then this, with Danny Boyle and Alex Garland coming back, writing and directing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was missing something compared to, I don't know. You know how expectations are in our minds. We we hope for something way up here, and if it comes a little less, sometimes you walk out of the theater like, oh, it could have been a little bit better. But I mean, it was still very enjoyable, and I look forward to seeing the Bone Temple when it comes streaming. I'm going to throw this out there because I saw this with you a couple months ago up at the Flint Institute of Arts, the Iranian film. It was Just an Accident.
Oh, yes.
That was my second Iranian film I watched in college. I watched Persepolis. Have you heard of that?
I saw that one. Yeah, the animated one.
Yep.
Excellent one. Yeah.
This movie was great. It was a good mystery. It was a little bit of a thriller. One of the final scenes, not the final scene, but one of the final scenes with one of the characters tied up to a tree and being spoken to was very, very cool. And I believe it was all in one take, right?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the camera is just set right on the dude.
Yeah, just a static shot.
Yep. Excellent film. And then the very last scene is not going to spoil it for anybody, but it is
ambiguous. Has that ambiguity to it.
Yes.
That might be discussed later on in my top 10 when we get further. Maybe.
Oh, maybe if we get there. Do we want to go with the top 10 since we're already at 20 minutes?
Oh, sure. Honorable mentions?
Yes.
Minutes. Yeah, we'll start with 10.
My number 10, and I also saw this with you, Sorry Baby. First-time writer-director Eva Victor, also the star of it. I read about it that it is sort of a autobiography. Like, I guess something like this did happen to her. Some sexual assault at some point in her life. And the movie is told sort of out of order in different chapters. Sort of like the previous year's Strange Darling, which also was a great movie, a very different movie.
Right.
But I'd followed Eva Victor on Instagram for a while now, and she would always put funny, kind of awkward videos and pictures and stuff. But when I saw that she was coming out with this, I said, let's see what she has, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Some parts are kind of hard to watch, but overall, it ends up on a slightly uplifting note, and yeah,
I love it too. I would say out of all the movies that was released last year, I'm not overstating this, I think it's the most personal film of the year. And you mentioned that there's a lot of stuff in the movie that happened to her, which is sad, but it's a movie about a young woman fresh out of, or going in college, and then we follow her when she's out of college.
Yep, she's
become an adjunct teacher.
Yeah, a professor.
Yeah, and she's gone through some trauma, some sexual trauma, some exploitative abuse that she had with one of her former mentors that exploited the relationship. But the thing of it is, the movie is not just an exercise of despair.
Right.
It has a lot of warmth.
Yes.
There's a lot of joy to be found it too in the moments.
It's with her friend, played by Naomi Ackie, and she finds a cute little kitten and the little
adorable scene. Yeah.
And the little corner store. So it's one of those movies. Once you see that, of course, obviously she's a star, and then wrote it and directed it, you're like, every scene of this movie feels true. Like,
yes,
pretty much this happened. Yeah.
Right.
So it like you said, it's the most personal movie. Definitely, from my opinion, or from what I've seen, the most personal movie of 2020.
Absolutely, it's so greatly scripted. And Eva Victor, I can't wait to see what she does next. I hope A24 or Neon or whoever just keeps funding her movies.
Yes.
Maybe Fox Searchlight one day. And please, Eva Victor.
Yes, please
make movies. Please star on them.
She's going to be in a movie with Pedro Pascal. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
But she'll be on the screen.
Yes.
So, and then hopefully after that, get out that notebook again and get a camera.
And great movie. It was one of the gems at Sundance and a star at the Independent Spirit Awards too. It was nominated for Best Film.
What's your number 10? My
number 10. I usually have number 10 for a movie of joy. So movie that kind of just brought me fun. I usually, for the most part, try to do that.
Yeah.
So in the years past, we had like West Side Story remake by Spielberg. I had Sofia Coppola's On the Rocks. I think one year I had King Kong make the 10 spot, the Peter Jackson one. So for this year, I am going with Superman. which might be an unusual choice for a lot of people looking at my list from before, but I just really started getting into more comics these last few years. And as you know, Andrew, I'm collecting figures again.
I was just going to say, folks, you should see the pictures he sends me that came out of figures from the 80s when we were younger kids collecting them.
But the Superman is my 10th favorite.
I liked it. I know James Gunn wanted to do something very different than what Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill did.
Yes.
And he wanted it to be more upbeat. He wanted Superman to be a positive role model, or however you want to look at it, because the Zack Snyder films were very
graphic novel like.
Yeah, and a little, and I don't want to say too dark, but because I do like dark, but he wanted to go in a different direction, which is good because you don't want to repeat the same thing that the previous director did with the same franchise.
Exactly.
You want to do a different angle. You want
and honestly, this is one really captured the spirit of the '90s comics and the animated show, which I watched as a kid. Watching that, it had the tone, it had the exuberance, the energy, and James Gunn was the perfect choice to bring this franchise back to life, to bring the whole studio universe, DC studio universe to life too. And I cannot wait to see Supergirl. Can't wait to see what James Gunn does next. But man, Andrew, just Superman, just everything from the casting was perfect in this movie.
Yeah, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor was great.
Yeah, so menacing.
Yep.
And
Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. She was great.
Pitch perfect Lois Lane.
The first thing I saw her in was the TV show where she was the star in called Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Okay.
A couple of years back. And she was great in it. And when I found out she was going to be Lois Lane, I'm like...
It is, yeah. And the actor playing Mr. Terrific is, no pun intended, terrific in it. No, and then some people complain they just wanted Superman like the Christopher Reeves movies. I'm like, no, if you go look at the comics...
He always has...
He always has Justice League near him, or Justice Hall, or...
Yep, and Hawkeye, or Hawk Girl, whatever.
Hawk Girl, she's wonderful in that, too.
The Nathan Fillion.
Fillion is the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern, should we say, Guy Gardner Green Lantern.
Yeah, because there's...
That bow cut's amazing, and just so much great humor in that film. Just the whole synergy everybody has. The cast, just, you could tell we're really into it.
Yep.
And just one great set piece sequence after the other. The action was really strong, too.
Yes. Yes, Superman I have on my honorable mentions. My number 9 is Friendship. Tim Robinson, former schoolmate of Robert here at Clarkston High.
You go, Tim. Hope you're watching, listening.
Back in the late 90s. And also Paul Rudd and Kate Mara plays Tim Robinson's wife. This is his first starring movie, Tim Robinson. And it's exactly what you would expect if you know him from I Think You Should Leave and Detroiters and the millions of memes. He is a master of awkward, cringy, situational comedy. And parts of this movie, maybe because A24, I don't know if they are only distributing it or if they actually made it in-house. But it has that tone, that typical A24 tone where even if it's not a true horror movie, there's the music, the lighting, there's something dark going on in this movie. But yeah, very, very, very awkward, but very funny. What did you think of it, Rob?
I really enjoyed it. Tim Robinson in this film, as well as Paul Rudd, had really strong chemistry in that.
Yeah.
And one thing I like about the film too is I never knew where it was going. It was so unpredictable.
Yes, that's
also really
what I liked about it.
Yeah, like they end up in a underground
tunnel.
The sewers are like, whoa, this is bizarre and feels very hell-like, and and he's trying to reconcile with his wife, and he thinks he's the man at work where everybody makes fun of him behind his back. And it's really a strong movie too, just about displacement, really, like trying to find yourself in the middle age and being middle age, going through a crisis and all that, but it does it in a very unconventional way.
Yes.
And like I said, you never see where anything's going. Everybody has their own little odd character arc, and just really strongly scripted film too, with some very bizarre hallucinations of Tim Robinson going into a subway.
Yeah, Subway. That Subway dream was something else. Yeah, totally unexpected.
Yeah.
had no. I mean, hope maybe they got some product placement money out of that.
Sure,
Some way. I don't know.
Would you agree? It's kind of like American Beauty in some ways, where the middle-aged guy just trying to find his course. He reconnects and finds his youth again, and it's just quite a journey in this film.
So I know you and I have, and both on different podcast episodes in this room on other shows, but also off camera, we've talked about coming of age movies. Would you consider this a middle age?
Yeah,
middle coming of age
movie. Yeah,
coming of middle age movie. Well, however you want to do the sentence,
like a midlife crisis film.
Yes. And like you mentioned with American Beauty with Kevin Spacey's character, yeah.
I just recapturing that ambience of the youth again.
Yes, I'm reminded when in American Beauty when Kevin Spacey buys the Corvette.
Yeah.
I rule. Yeah. He's like, and he goes to, for a job interview at a fast food place. I want as least responsibilities
as possible. Yeah. Kind of remind me of that, except for without the, the yearning for 18-year-old girls.
Yes. So that was Friendship. What's your number 9?
My number 9 is a Chinese film by a Chinese director named Jia Zhangqi. I actually saw this at the 2024 New York Film Festival. It didn't come out till 2025 though. So I don't go by festival release. I actually go by the theatrical release you do. And then they released it in May of last year. But this is a very crowning achievement, very much like Richard Linklater's Boyhood, where the film was shot in the course of 20 years using the same actors, filming it in mid-2000s, ending it in early 2000s after post-COVID in China. And you see everything in the film. Now, China changes in those 2 decades, and a lot has changed culturally, politically, spiritually. You also see the technological advances, seeing China using these very outdated computers to now use the use of AI and robots in the film too. So it's really a movie about a woman trying to find her lost love in the 20 years. She falls in love with a man, they depart, and she spends years trying to locate him down, try to find him, and then you see all of China's changes and her change as well. It's on the Criterion Channel. Just got its own Criterion Blu-ray. Jia Zhangqi is a master of filmmaking, and he takes a lot of unique and uncanny choices and pulls them off. Very beautiful movie that I recommend. Very exquisite.
Nice.
Yes.
I have not seen that, so it's not anywhere on my list. My number 8 is Fantastic Four. This is my Superman.
Yeah.
I did like your recommendation to me to find something fun.
Yes.
And I thought both Superman and Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, which is on my honorable mention, all 3 were really solid superhero movies.
Strong year for superhero movies last year. It made a comeback in a way.
I started watching the first half hour of Captain America: Brave New World, and I couldn't. I couldn't get into it. But these 3 other movies I really liked. The Fantastic Four. This is the first time we've seen them. We won't talk about those other movies, but of course Pedro Pascal. He's in everything. He was in like 3 or 4 movies at one time this past year. Of course, Eddington we just talked about, and Joseph Quinn plays Johnny Storm. Storm. Vanessa Kirby, and then Eben Moss-Backrack as the Thing. I think they were great cast. I absolutely loved the retro 60s feel of everything.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, the slightly alternate 1960s. The aesthetics of this were good. My only, and this is a big gripe of mine for a lot of comic book movies lately, is the villain, Galactus.
Yeah.
I never knew really much about Galactus growing up from the comics, and honestly, I was more paying attention to everything else in the movie rather than the villain. It's like I want to see the Fantastic Four. I want to see the world they live in. Okay, we got a villain. You got to have a villain in a story like this. That's fine, but give me the aesthetic. Give me them interacting in their alternate New York 1960s. Yeah, what'd you think of it?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I did have some reservations on it as well. Same gripes you kind of had, the Galactus stuff. It actually was an improvement from the other Fantastic Four movies, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it was just so aesthetically jarring because you see all these weird retro '60s aesthetics, and you go into the muck, and it just kind of looks like muck. It's just a lot of grays and purples and dark colors. I'm like, let's get back to that world,
Yep.
And I actually think the chemistry between the four wasn't all the way there for me.
It could have been a little
off.
Could have been left in the oven for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And the Thane too, which I love the Thane, and he was fine in this. Don't get me wrong, but like that love story was so underwritten. Maybe because I'm so used to it, the comic, and even though we could bash the other fantastic movies all we want. However, what they did get right was the Thane and that romance. There was actually some really tender pathos when he becomes the Thane, and Rachel doesn't want anything to do with him in the previous ones, and then they kind of hint at rebuilding that love story, and it was very underwritten in that, played by Natasha Lyonne, who I love. I was like, oh, give me more Lyonne.
She's great,
and hopefully she's in it more. But I really want to see the next movie. They have to do more with that subplot. I hope they do.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. What was your number 8?
My number 8 movie of 2025 was a South Korean film by Park Chan-wook called No Other Choice. Part Hitchcockian thriller, part dark comedy. Just an all-around crazy film from the director of Old Boy.
Yes.
And other movies like Lady of Vengeance he did before, and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, the whole Old Boy trilogy. But at any rate, it's just about a guy. It has a lot of great satire in the film, too. It's about a guy who loses his job, and he's a family man. They have a nice house in the suburbs, and everything's going right. Then, just like that, he loses his job, and he has to go work at a retail store. He wants his old job back. There's a new posting. Well, he's so desperate in the new posting where he goes and takes out his competition, literally, one by one. And it just unravels in this very crazy movie, highly plotted film.
Yes,
very much, it's seriously, like you feel like you're watching a modern Hitchcock movie.
I was going to say, I would want to see Ryan Johnson do the American version of this. He could
pull it off.
Pull it off.
But yeah, it just I like the commentary in the movie too. Just what it says about our modern world, just how
late stage capitalism.
It is American late stage capitalism now spreading these bad ethos in other countries, putting profits before people, making all these cutbacks, destroying people's livelihoods,
being a workaholic. I think South Korean society, I think they're actually more workaholics than we are.
Sure, yeah.
But I don't know if they got that from us right. over the last 75 years, after World War II. But but no, that and I haven't seen a whole lot of South Korean movies. I've seen Old Boy, which I loved,
and Parasite.
I haven't seen Parasite.
Oh wow, yeah, okay. So fans of Parasite will like this film just because very similar social commentary, similar satire about class.
Yep.
And just as crazy as Parasite, if not crazier.
Yeah, it's good. There's a lot of comedy in it.
Yeah.
And you were gracious enough to to bring the DVD over to George's house, and we were able to watch it, and I know he enjoyed it too. I think I would need to watch it again, to fully get it. I mean, with foreign films, you're spending half your energy reading the subtitles, and you're not, or at least for me, I'm not always paying attention to what's going on with the movements. So I need to watch it again to fully get it, I think. But it was really good, really well made. The characters were likable, and you are rooting for the guy, even though he does some kind of.
He's a very sinister. He's doing sinister stuff, but you find worth for him. And when he starts getting jealous of his wife, thinking he has an affair with a dentist, and you start feeling for him there. And there's a really hilarious skit in the movie where he goes to a party dressed up like John Smith. He doesn't know that, and she's dressed up like Pocahontas. It's a very comical moment. And in that moment where he's trying to take the guy out with a plant pot is so hilarious. And let's not forget the famous song there's a pop song playing, like a Korean pop song. He's got that mitt around his hand, and he takes it off. There's another layer. He's got the gun, and the loud music's playing, the loud music sequence, trying to take the guy out, and then his wife intrudes in. Just a great sequence. One of the finest stage scenes in the film. Just the shots, too. So many great, innovative shots in the movie, just from like angles going up through beer bottles and the whole shot glass dropping into the bomb and stuff like that. He's quite a visual stylist, isn't he?
Yes. I need to go back and rewatch Old Boy. It's been, I'm trying to remember when I first watched that. It was on IFC, and I watched it on probably 15 years ago.
Sure, great one.
My number 7, Frankenstein. and I am very glad that you wanted to see it again and see it with me
on Halloween night.
On Halloween night in the theater, because it's also playing on Netflix at the same time, but also a very visually stunning movie, of course, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Oscar Isaac is great in it. He's great in everything. Jacob Elordi completely disappears into the monster. Of course, I mean, he has makeup on, so you're not going to initially think, oh, that's Jacob Elordi. No, that could be any really tall dude. But he plays it, and I'm glad he got nominated for Best Supporting, because that couldn't have been very easy to play. All the physicality he has to do with it. The scene with the murderous wolves. I thought that was really good. What'd you think of Frankenstein?
I actually think it's one of Del Toro's strongest films, and I think it's probably one of the strongest Frankenstein adaptation that we've got, and also made my runners-up of last year. I had 10 runners-up. I didn't bring them all up, but very strong pick, Andrew. Very strong year. It was hard to narrow it down, but just all around, just love the decor of the film. The visuals were great, and you feel a lot of pathos for the monster as well. And Elordi steals the show. He really does. He's the performance of the movie. I was talking then he should have been nominated. Sure enough, he did. I'm glad that he got that traction. It's one of the strongest supporting performances of the year as well. And that ending, one of the strongest third acts of the year. Everything involving the Arctic and on that ship is just astounding.
Yep. And then towards the end, there's that one shot, that very, very long shot of Frankenstein in the distance on the ice with...
Oh, the creature?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The creature. Not Dr. Frankenstein. With the orange and blue in the sky at
like a back
twilight, I guess. And if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll throw the picture up right here on the screen for you guys to see. Maybe my favorite shot of 2025. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm glad Guillermo del Toro's still making great movies, and I haven't seen his last couple, but I need to catch up on those. But I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad you invited me to go see that in the theater, because
I saw it before and I wanted to see it again before it left theaters. I'm like, if I want to watch this again, I want to watch it on the big screen. And no other better night than Halloween night when we went and saw that.
Yeah. What was your number 7?
Number 7 movie is a Stephen King adaptation of The Life of Chuck.
Yeah.
Co-written and directed by our Mike Flanagan.
Yes.
I think it's the strongest movie he's ever made to date. It raises a lot of existential questions in the film, and it's very compelling. Every chapter in the movie is compelling. It's got an interesting structure where the film is very much like Memento and irreversible. It's backwards. And you start off with despair and misery with the world ending, kind of like Melancholia.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Lars von Trier's Melancholia. And then you kind of go back, and it's Chuck. We hear about Chuck. He's in everybody's psyche. And then we see Chuck as a grown man, a middle-aged man, speaking of middle-aged, just finding joy in life, not knowing how much time he has. He just finds joy in the second chapter, dancing. Then we cut back to his childhood. We see what he was with his upbringing in his childhood, with Mark Hamill playing the grandfather. Yes. And Andrew, just a very strong movie. I saw it 3 times now. Every time holds up, and just the visuals are on par with any great director you could think of.
Yes.
And performances. Mark Hamill's really strong in it as well. I know some people think he's histrionic in it. I love it. And the dancing. Oh my gosh, the dancing. Not just with Tom Hiddleston playing Chuck in that, but the stuff when he's a kid. Mm-hmm. Finding that joy. It really is like a morbid version of It's a Wonderful Life. It really is, because we take so much life for granted. It really is, and you find the meaning of life in this movie. You really do. It really channels that.
Yes, I agree. That the dancing in the middle chapter, when he comes across the girl playing the drums in the middle of a little town, and the whole time I'm sitting there watching it, because I'm a drummer too. I've played the drums since I was 17, so I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I'm looking at the editing for this just to see if any of the hits were off. Nothing was off the entire time. The visual, and which is not normal for movies. If you see a band playing, the drummer always makes mistakes compared to what you're hearing.
Sure, yeah.
99% of the time. This was spot on, and I wonder what kind of preparation and choreography they had to do to get this right. Because
the dance is on par with the drums. It's really an elegant scene. It really is.
Synced up perfectly.
It is. Yeah.
If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It is very, very cool. Rob, I don't know anyone else that has actually seen this movie. Why do you think this movie didn't make a whole lot of money? Nobody saw it. Why do you think that was? Because it got good reviews.
It did, and it won the Toronto Top Choice. I just feel that
That's right.
Neon didn't release this at the right time. They were focusing on Anora in 2024, as they should have. Anora's a great movie.
Yeah.
And they're probably like, let's save this, see what we do. They dumped it in the summer. Not many people. Only people want to go to blockbusters in the summer. And it wasn't marketed correctly. Neon started putting their energy into their con winners. They were starting to, prep for it was just an accident.
Yep.
The other Neon films that came out, Sentimental Value, which we now saw them getting nominated. But, just sad. I hope that this movie, I think it's inevitable that it will grow eventually into a cult classic because of Stephen King and Mike Flanagan.
Yes.
Or like that anyway. But I do see some appreciation online for this film, and I think it's going to reach a finer audience in years to come.
A movie like this, when do you think would be the right time during the year to release it? Maybe like a September or October?
I think any time to really watch it, but I think a spring movie would be good.
Spring? Okay.
Yeah, because we're in spring we tend to find growth more in the spring. And this movie is very metaphorical too.
Yes.
Because not everything becomes literal either. Not to spoil anything, but yeah, audiences, please check out The Life of Chuck. It is on Hulu.
Yes, so that was your number 7, right?
Yes.
That was my number 6. So now go with your number 6.
Yes, number 6. This is tough, and just because I watched it again, so I'm just going to go by what I had in my top 10. Yeah, it's hard to rank anyway, but I'm going to go Hamnet. Chloe Zhao's Hamnet. Just went and saw it again the other day.
Yes.
I was really recommending Andrew to see it these last few months, and what I like about Hamnet because watching it reminds you of a 90s, 2000s Best Picture prestige movie.
Yeah, like a period piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oscar bait, if you will.
Yeah, sure.
But what is interesting about this film is the strategy. They kept it in the theater, and they're still doing it that way. They're not rushing it to streaming. Granted, you can rent it on Fandango for like $20, $25, but it's still got legs. And sure enough, there was an audience in that small theater.
We saw it at the Trillium Theater up in Grand Blanc, and
they loved it, too.
I thought Rob and I and maybe one other loner were going to be the only people in the theater, but no, there was a good amount of people for that film that's been out for a little while, and as a testament to how touching it was, the woman sitting to the left of me and the woman sitting in front of me were both crying.
Oh yeah, I saw that too
during the movie,
and the woman behind us was too.
Oh well, there you go, 3.
I was too again the second time,
and it was definitely the saddest movie I've seen. Maybe obviously a very different movie than Sorry Baby, but as sad or maybe sadder than Sorry Baby, but very, very well made. That was I hadn't seen a Chloe Zhao movie before, so that was my first seeing one of her directed films, and I think the first time I've seen Jessie Buckley in anything, and she was great.
Yeah.
Paul Mescal, I'm trying to think what I'd seen him in. I don't know, but anyway,
he was in Gladiator 2.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. I really liked
After Sun. Did you see that? He was in that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, but the kids in it who play their children, they were really good. The kid who plays Hamnet, he was great. I remember when he was practice sword fighting with his dad.
Yeah.
And very nice, joyful moment. And then after the dad leaves, the son is talking to his mom. He said, I want to go and work with Dad, and I'll and he describes what he wants to do, and yeah, it was really good.
It is.
And then later on, the mother sees the production on stage, and very, very it grabs you.
It is.
It grabs you. Yeah.
Jessie Buckley's performance is so wrenching.
Yeah.
She just embodies the emotion so well in that you really feel sympathy for that woman and her loss. I mean, it's a movie about grief, but it's also a movie about catharsis. And not to reveal anything, that third act is some of the most powerful moments I've seen in recent cinema. And it's directed with such pristine visuals. Chloe Zhao has such a poetic eye. Check out Nomadland as well. Another great film too. And yeah, I really anticipate this movie will find a wider audience too.
I was trying to look to see when this was actually released.
I saw it in December. I think it was November limited. Yeah. I saw it at a press screening.
For some reason, I thought it was at a different time. But yeah, November 26th in the U.S. Yeah. It's made twice its budget back so far, so that's good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I'd made my list before I had seen that movie, so I don't know where
would it make it now, or do you think it'd make runners up? Or you still got to think about it?
I would have to think about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a movie you have to marinate, you know?
Yeah.
Even watching it again, I might have to switch that or Sorry Baby, but it's like a tie, which Sorry Baby is my number 5. We already discussed it, but yeah, that'd be my number 5, Andrew.
All right. You said
Sorry Baby.
Sorry Baby would be number 5?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll go with, since we already talked about it, my number 5 was the Yorgos Lanthimos film this year, of course, with Emma Stone, Begonia. Another movie where you don't know where it's going to go. What's his name? Jesse Plemons and is it his cousin in the movie?
Yeah.
And his cousin, they kidnap Emma Stone's character. She's the CEO of some like tech company or something, or medical company.
Medical tech, both. Yeah.
And they have a conspiracy theory that she's an alien sent on Earth to
control humanity.
To control humanity.
Yeah.
And then certain little subtle things happen along the way, and some not so subtle things happen, which leads the viewer to think, oh, well, these guys are crazy. They don't know nothing. Or, oh, wait, maybe she is an alien. No, because she did this, so she's definitely not an alien. And it goes back, and there's a little ping pong going back and forth while you're like, oh, which way does it go? Last 15 minutes, you definitely find out where it is. And then in true Yorgos Lanthimos style, it's weird, but weird in a good way. I loved it. I'm glad I saw it in the theater too. I can't say anything more because I don't want to spoil it. But Robert, what'd you think of Begonia?
Very strong. Made my runners up as well. I didn't bring it up because I knew you loved it. I accidentally brought up Eddington, but I will say this about Begonia. It was kind of a return to form for Lanthimos. And what I mean by that is the last few films that he's done, for the most part.
Kinds of Kindness, Poor Things.
Yeah, but like Poor Things and The Favorite were more pristine movies. They were unconventional form in a way. He still brought a sensibility, but they, like, your mom could watch those movies and not find them too weird. You know, but with this one,
I don't know about my mom, but most moms.
With this one, though, it brought back that, like, Dogtooth vibe.
I still need to see that.
Yeah, like Dogtooth. It's about control. His movies are always about humans trying to control their humans.
Yes,
it's a recurring theme of that, and it had that bizarreness of killing of a sacred deer.
Yeah,
you know, the lobster kind of thing too. Very idiosyncratic, otherworldly in a way, very monotone in its own way, but still oddly quirky, almost like a demented Wes Anderson movie.
Yes.
You know, and his style is still amazing. He does this Kubrick thing in his films where they're always symmetrical.
Yep.
He uses like a lot of wide lens, uses fish lens as well, and it's still carried through, and it felt fresh again. Where I don't think he repeats himself a lot. That's what I like about this film and his style, is it doesn't feel redundant, even though his style's like, you could see it. But I'm like, Wes Anderson is accused often of doing the same thing. I do not think he's a one-trick pony at all.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some directors where you're like, okay, this is really good, and he's good at what he does, but we've seen this before.
For sure.
Tenet and Inception.
It's Nolan. Yeah.
With Chris Nolan.
Yeah.
One of my favorite current directors, but with Tenet, it's like, all right, dude, I think we've seen this before.
Right.
But yeah, with Lanthimos, it's like, if you've seen a couple of his movies, you know
what you get yourself into.
There's certain things about it, but yeah, I don't feel like he's made the same movie twice. Like,
sure, and the exchanges between Plemons and Stone are outstanding in that film.
Yes.
Just like you said, the ping pong, it's like a cat and mouse.
Yep.
They manipulate each other in their own ways, And watching it a second time plays a lot different than the first time.
I need to watch it again.
Yes, because when you watch it the first time, you don't know how it's going to unravel or unfold, and you kind of you're rooting for this certain person. Second one, the dynamics change, the empathy changes, the perception changes. It's quite fascinating. So,
that was my number 5. What's your number 4?
You brought the film up already, and I told you to come back in discussion. It was just an accident.
Yes.
Jafar Panahi's film. I think this is his masterpiece. This is his greatest accomplishment, which is quite saying something because has a strong array of many other movies, but a really good movie that's really combative against the regime of Iran and its past turmoils of
present turmoils.
Authoritarianism, but just strong acting all around in the film. Takes place like in the course of a day into another day.
Also, which I love.
Yes,
I love that. Yes.
And just really just wrenching performances. You brought it up. That one shot reminded me a lot of There Will Be Blood when she's interrogating him at that scene, and just the emotional truths that it speaks. It reminded me a lot of Roman Polanski's The Death of the Maiden, which kind of has a similar concept, but Panahi takes it in its own unique way.
Yeah, and I'd like to see. I know he's been around for a while, and he's made a lot of political movies in Iran. I'd like to see what he does next, especially that this movie has gotten some good traction, and a lot of people like it. Rob, I'm not going to tell you how many minutes we've been talking, but we got. I don't know if we're going to be able to talk about the Oscars this time, but my number 4 was Marty Supreme.
Oh, nice. And that was my number 2, so we can just get out of the way.
Yes. I'm very glad you invited me to see this in the theater because it was excellent. The more of Timothée Chalamet I see, I like. This dude is young, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He is very charismatic. I thought he was excellent as Bob Dylan in the last year's movie. He's great in Dune. I thought he was great in I think Lady Bird was the second movie I seen him in. He had a small part in Interstellar.
Yeah, as a son. Yep.
And there's still a bunch of his other movies I haven't seen, but I don't understand when some people say there are no movie stars anymore. I don't know what that means. What do you think people mean when they say?
I don't know. I think he's the current James Dean. Honestly,
him and
he's got a draw.
Yeah. And also, like, say, the guys, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
He is a movie, like, he is exactly what you would
Margot
consider.
Robbie, too.
Yeah. So when people say, oh, there's no more movie stars, I'm like, you guys, I don't know what you're watching. But anyway, Marty Supreme. Was this Benny or Josh that directed?
This was Josh.
I know the brothers, okay. And then the other one did the Smashing Machine, which we talked about. Very glad to see him get nominated for
Best Director.
And Timothée Chalamet, of course, Best Actor. Do you think he's going to get it? Do you think Chalamet?
I think Chalamet is a shoe-in. Absolutely.
I think so.
Josh
too.
won't win it. It's his first nomination, but we don't know who that's going to go to. But we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Yes. So that was my number 4, and you said that was your number 2.
Number 2. I just love the adrenaline, the energy, and the craft of that movie. The performances, just one great moment after the other. In that particular movie, the ping pong choreography is great, but there's not much sportsmanship in the movie. It's very gritty. It's almost like it's a movie about grifting. Kind of turns into a mob movie in a moment.
Yeah, because
Abel Ferrara playing a gangster, very gritty performance and gritty moments.
And there's a little relationship B story or C story or whatever you want to call it. With also a chick who I think you're going to see a lot of, Odessa Azayan. Yes, I'm like I said, I'm very glad I saw it in the theater.
Kevin O'Leary playing himself.
What was your number 3?
It was A Sentimental Value up for Best Picture with Joachim Trier. Another movie similar like Hamnet, trying to find amends through art.
Yes.
Kind of like an insider movie, but it transcends it in many ways. It becomes a movie about family dynamics and family dysfunction. And Stellan Skarsgård playing the father, trying to make amends with his 2 daughters, and the one daughter, both daughters were actresses.
Yes.
And the daughter was one of his movies when she was a child, and then his other daughter is a theater actress, and he wrote the role for her. She turns it down. Then Elle Fanning comes in a superb performance. She takes the role after meeting him at a film festival on the beach. Very beautiful scene, very tender scene, and they become strong collaborators. But she knows something's off about it. She can't truly embody the role.
Yeah.
She knows that he wrote it for his daughter, and it creates this whole disconnect. Such a sharply scripted movie, highly sophisticated movie. It's amusing at times, very dramatic, and with a lot of emotional resonance. With great performance. I want Stellan Skarsgård to win Best Supporting Actor.
He's
great.
Who you want to win? Who do you think will win?
I think he will win it.
You think he will?
I want him to win, but actually Sean Penn. I love too. It's like a tie, but I think Penn's going to split the vote.
My number 3 movie was Weapons, my favorite horror movie of the year. Yes. I loved it. Zach Kreger, he recently, or a couple years ago, did Barbarian, and if any of you sketch comedy lovers out there, he was one of the dudes in Whitest Kids You Know. Yeah. So he's come a long way the last couple years with making waves with really good horror in Hollywood, like Jordan Peele, who started off doing sketch.
Yeah.
Don't need to talk too much
Amy
about
Madigan, though.
Amy Madigan.
Amazing performance.
I wouldn't mind seeing her get Best Supporting for that. And I know he wants to make a prequel with that character.
Gladys, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a really cool story there. We talked about both of our number 2s. Mine was Eddington.
Yes, and my 2's Marty Supreme.
And both of our number 1s, let's say it at the same time, Robert.
One battle after another.
Yes, and this is at the top of many people's list. The Master, in more ways than one. Paul Thomas Anderson. His newest film, huge budget, over $100 million. He finally got Leo as in the starring role. Benicio del Toro, Tiana Taylor, Sean Penn, newcomer Chase Infinity, who's going to go on to do big things. Excellent movie. Great action, great comedy, beautiful cinematography, like you would expect from anything from PTA.
Johnny Greenwood score.
Yeah, Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead. He did the score. Some political satire in there. Just an all around excellent movie in every facet.
So many great sequences.
Yes.
Seriously, everything from that car chase
sequence. That car chase is
to the rooftop stuff, into the Benicio del Toro apartment, all impeccably made.
Mm-hmm.
Your adrenaline, your energy when you feel that movie, like Marty Supreme too, you just gives you that certain feeling of exhilaration. Yes. It's a rarity.
Yep. Part 2 of this episode. Let's start off with Oscars. Let's start off with Best Original Screenplay nominations. We got for Blue Moon, it was Just an Accident. Marty Supreme's Sentimental Value, and Sinners. What do you think is the favorite to win?
For Best Original Screenplay? What was the first one you said?
Blue Moon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Sinners is going to win it.
I think so. Yes. I think that's going to clean up quite a bit between that and what we just talked about. Those two movies are going to...
Yeah, it's a neck and neck right now. It is neck and neck right now between One Battle and Sinners.
Yes.
But I think that will prove that they're going to be a really close, tight race.
All right, so Best Adapted, let's go. Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle, or Train Dreams?
One Battle. P.T. Anderson will win his first Oscar.
Yes.
There with his adapted screenplay.
Yes.
He's been nominated so many times, too, Andrew, for many screenplays, both adapted and original.
Yeah.
Dating back from Magnolia and Boogie Nights to adapted ones like There Will Be Blood.
Yes. He's definitely due for screenplay. I haven't seen any of these because it's not that I don't like them. I just, for whatever reason, don't get around to a lot of documentaries. Best documentary feature, we have The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, and Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor.
I think The Perfect Neighbor is going to win it. It has all the...
What's that about?
This is a movie that takes place on camera phones with body cams.
Oh,
it's about a neighbor that hopefully nobody ever has a neighbor like this, but she's a very grueling neighbor, and she calls on everybody, every little thing. Kids are doing what they do best, play around on their bikes that are loud. She calls the cops. Somebody drives in their driveway, she calls the cops. And it gets more and more weird, and it gets tragic eventually. And not to reveal anything, but there's a lot of, it explores like a lot of racism that people have because she's in a very diverse community. She's always targeting people of color, and it captures that in real time in the film with the body cams. It's a very startling movie.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. It is on Netflix, so I definitely say check it out.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't. It's been a long time since I watched a documentary. I need to. Last one I watched was November of 24. I know I told you about this. My favorite band, the Mars Volta. Their singer and guitarist. Somebody made a documentary about them from when they met in high school, starting the band at the drive-in, then breaking that, it would just imploded, and then starting the Mars Volta. It's called Cedric and Omar, If This Ever Gets Weird. Yes. Great documentary. Achievement in directing. I bet you can name all 5, can't you, buddy?
Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another. Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. Ryan Coogler for Sinners. And we also have Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, I would say. And the 5th nomination is Josh Safdie.
That's right.
I did it, didn't I?
Yes.
Josh, without looking at my phone, I did all my memory.
Yes.
So Paul Thomas Anderson, clear frontrunner. He just won the DGA.
That's right.
He's won the
Directors
Golden Globe.
Guild. Yeah.
He's going to finally get his Best Director Oscar. He's going to walk away, I feel, with 3 Oscars that night. I'll talk about the 3rd one soon.
What's the fast food restaurant that a lot of people go to afterwards when they win awards?
Is it
In-N-Out?
In-N-Out Burger?
You think him and what's her name from SNL will go out there?
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph.
Yeah,
I want to see the pictures. Oh yeah, PTA will definitely win that. Cinematography, we got Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
I'm gonna go with Sinners on this one.
Oh.
Sinners to walk away with the cinematography.
All right, I'm putting checks here, so I'm gonna we'll see how you did in 2 months. Performance by an actress in a supporting role. Do you know him?
You go ahead. You be faster. I can name him, but you be faster.
Inga Itzbater Lilias and Al Fanning, both for Sentimental Value. Tana Taylor for One Battle. Wunmi Mosaku, Sinners, and Amy Madigan, Weapons.
Yes, I think it's going to come down to Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor's going to win it.
You think
I
so?
can see Madigan being the second choice, but I think Tiana Taylor's got this locked.
Yep. I think you were probably right on that. Where's my next sheet? Supporting actor. We got Sean Penn and Benicio for One Battle. Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein. Delroy Lindo for Sinners, and Stellan for Sentimental. I know you already said Stellan.
Stellan's going to win it.
Who would be the runner-up, you think, in that?
Probably Benicio del Toro. But that's the thing. Del Toro had a lot of momentum, but they're going to split the vote, him and Penn.
Yeah.
They both got nominated, but it's going to come down to Skarsgård winning the top prize, I feel.
Okay. And I've seen a couple people online comparing Sean Penn in this to I forgot the actor's name, Hans Landa in Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah, okay.
That excellent role, but he's a villain, and you love to hate this guy.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Leading actress. Can you name him?
Leading actress in the film. Well, Emma Stone for Begonia, and Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, and we also have Rose Byrne for It Was Just an Accident.
No, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. That's what I meant to say. Go ahead and name the other two.
Kate Hudson.
Yes, for
Song Blue, which that's the only thing I've heard about this movie.
It's a Neil Diamond impersonator.
I know Hugh Jackman's in it, and then Renate Reinsve, or however you say it, for Sentimental. I think you're right that Jessie Buckley's going to win this.
This is a clear front runner. Yeah.
Who would be your runner?
Rose Byrne.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that. Leading actor. We got Timothy, Leonardo, Ethan Hawke, Michael B., and Wagner Mora for Secret Agent. You think it's Timothy this year?
It's definitely going to be Timothy this year.
Yeah.
This is his year.
Runner-up, Leonardo
DiCaprio, yeah. And Dwayne Johnson should have been in there.
You're so firmly on that for Smashing Machine.
And I'm happy my fellow co-writer, Noah Damron from the Facto Film Reviews agrees with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. And then, of course, we got 10 Best Pictures. We got Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. It's going to be one battle, isn't it?
One battle after another.
Who would be the 2 runners-up since we got 10 there?
So I think Sinners, if anything could pull an upset, it'd be Sinners that night.
Yeah.
But I think One Battle's going to clear it up.
And then...
And PTA will win his 3rd Oscar because he produced it, too. So he'll get an Oscar for that, too.
So, who would be the second runner-up after One Battle and Sinners?
Hamnet.
Hamnet? You think so?
Yeah, because Hamnet did win the Globe drama, and it's got the BAFTA momentum.
Oh, okay.
And there could be an upset that night where maybe Hamnet pulls up an upset. It becomes like a Shakespeare in Love thing with the retreat of Shakespeare. That'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yes. As much as I love seeing movies win that I thought were the best movies and who I predicted to win, it always is exciting to see a little dark horse upset every once in a while.
It doesn't happen often. A lot of times the predictors win, but sometimes you get like a Moonlight winning Best Picture, or The Pianist winning. Adrian Brody won The Pianist over Jack Nicholson and Daniel Day-Lewis that year for Gaines in New York was a big upset.
That's right. All right. Anything else you'd like to talk about on this very first episode of De Facto Film Reviews?
Well, thank you for tuning in, and I also wanted to say 2025 was a very strong year for cinema.
Yes.
Anybody who tells you that has not seen enough movies, we hear it every year. There's always those grouches who always say they're...
We hear it, and we just got to politely say, for those with eyes to see, they're out there. You just got to know where to look. If you want to know good movies to see, text me, baby. Text me and Rob. Message us.
Go on to factofilmreviews.com.
Go to the source of where we're starting this podcast from, and you'll see their recommendations, Rob and Noah and Adam.
Yep, they just put their top 10s up not too long ago, about a week ago or two.
Go on there, and I view the website from time to time, and they got great reviews. Go on there, and if a movie's on there that you want to know something about, read it. And let us know what you think of the website and also of this first episode. If you have any questions, too, message us, and we will read them on air and hopefully answer them. But yeah, very first episode of De Facto Film Review. We're very happy and excited to get it started. Hopefully in the future we can have some guests on the show. Robert, any last words?
Again, thank you, and have a good night, and we'll see you at the Oscars.
Yep, we'll see you at the Oscars. Until next time, goodbye.